the 2023 Dodge Hornet, a brand new hot hatch from Dodge that no one really didn't ask for. Now this crossover has basically been like the worst kept secret within Dodge's arsenal for the past 2 years, and now it's been on sale for the last few months. But my question is it actually a good vehicle? What if I told you that I had some communications from some salesmen that think that the new Dodge Hornet is actually trash? Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I do not like the Dodge Hornet at all, period. I think it is a very ugly vehicle. I'm looking at a picture of it right here. I'll show you guys on the screen. But it looked like the wheels are too small. It like the rear of it's jacked up way too high up in the air. Like it's raked too far forward. It does not look like a very attractive vehicle to me. I made this comparison in my video from last year that how is this vehicle going to sell when a $20,000 Dodge Dart wouldn't? I'm gonna play like a little snippet from that video to kind of prove my point that this car right here, this Hornet, this savior of Dodge, is not even bigger than a Dart. So how would this car that's like $12,000, $13,000 more expensive than a Dart gonna outsell a Dart? Now, after looking over everything, I have a question. Why does Dodge think the Hornet will work when the Dart failed? If Dodge couldn't get people to buy a compact Dodge 4-door car, why would people buy a compact Dodge 4-door Hornet that is having an identity crisis? Because the Hornet wants to be considered a crossover when it's not really even bigger than the Dart. I actually couldn't believe it myself, but I put the numbers up on the screen. The 20K Dodge Dart that couldn't sell had a 3-inch longer wheelbase, 5 inches longer overall, on a 1/4 inch more narrow, and around 5 inches shorter height. The best size comparison right now is the Jeep Compass, and honestly to me, the Compass looks way better. So if you look at the stats, the Hornet is not even better than a Dart. I mean, it might have more power than a Dart, but it's not bigger than a Dart. It's not longer than a Dart. So I'm just wondering, why did Dodge decide to bring the Hornet back out? This vehicle is not bigger than the last vehicle that flopped. And it's definitely not better looking. So I think a Dart looks better than this vehicle. And does not look better than a Jeep Compass. A Jeep Compass looks like a very great looking compact SUV. The Hornet, basically like somebody took a Dart, made it a little bit taller, and just slapped a Charger face on it. And that's basically what you have a Hornet. I know I'm not the only person probably think this way. Just let me know what you guys think about the Hornet, but I don't think it's a very attractive vehicle. Every time I see Dodge make a post about the Hornet on social media, people are clowning this vehicle non-stop. I think a better alternative for Dodge would have been just to bring back the Dodge Journey. They already redesigned that vehicle. It's running down in Mexico. It's having record-breaking sales in Mexico. So I don't know why they wouldn't just bring back the Journey, a mid-sized SUV that sits right below the Durango. I don't think there's gonna be anybody that's gonna pick a Hornet over a Jeep Compass. I mean, the Jeep Compass, like I said, looks way better than a Hornet does. That Jeep Compass looks like it's an SUV, and the Jeep Compass is actually $2,000 cheaper than the Hornet, right? The Hornet starts off around $30,000. The Jeep Compass, like it's around $28,400. The Jeep Compass is just a better buy. And I mean, I just don't see why Dodge would actually put another vehicle on the lots that would compete head up with the Jeep Compass and looks way worse than the Compass do. But looking worse than the Compass is not the only bad thing about the Hornet. Now, as I said earlier in the intro, some of these dealers, they think that the Hornet is actually trash. I'm gonna show you this link right here. Well, not a link, I'll show you a screenshot of some communications between some of these dealers. As I said, I'm gonna even want to save it in the video. If you think that, you know, if you're one of these people that say that, oh, it's market adjustment, yada, 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 it just, you know, supply and demand, you're wrong. These dealers, they are communicating with each other and they are intentionally jacking up prices in order to get more money out. I've showed examples in my D170 video of these dealers talking to one another. And here goes some clear examples right here of the dealers talking in the background. They got different ways to communicate, either through text messages, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord. There's a lot of different ways these dealers are talking to one another. And you're gonna see in a few seconds that they're basically clowning the daggone Hornet in the background. Now you're gonna see this one person says, keep the fire extinguisher close. And then it's saying right here, the air conditioner does not work in this particular vehicle, right? So I mean, okay, that's just a simple one. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Let's go look at this one right here. One of the guys throws up in a WhatsApp background, just like WhatsApp, and he basically shows when TFL had an issue with their Hornet and it had a bunch of check engine lights. And so this particular dealer, he's saying, so we had 3 Hornets show up and all 3 are missing 4 caliper bolts each. With this whole great Italian quality from Alfa Romeo, the Hornets are not coming with bolts and the brakes. So these Hornets came all the way from Italy, getting built there, get put on a ship, get sent to the US, and there's no bolts in the US to put in these vehicles. If you are trying to test drive a Hornet and you're wondering why that, oh my God, I can't test drive a Hornet for some odd reason, maybe because it's missing parts. This right here is a prime example of how this Hornet is just trash. I mean, there's no better way of saying this. There's issues with these daggone cars. And now we're importing cars with issues. Now, if you remember my video in 2021 about the Ram TRX, those first early builds, they were missing a lot of parts too on the suspension. We had like a whole checklist for the TRX that was probably like 3 or 4 pages long for you to go and check to make sure that you don't go find on the road dead like Ford with your TRX. And those first 6 months of TRX ownership, you had to be careful. If you didn't go to that checklist that we had, more than likely your truck would have been spewing either oil or spewing coolant in the driveway, and you get towed back to the dealership. And it seems like the same thing's gonna happen with the Hornet. So let me go to another daggone communication. Now I'm gonna blur out some of these cuss words in here, like the other guy who posted this stuff. He blurred out some other stuff so you wouldn't know exactly which dealers are talking about this crap. He told me he had a customer. I just had a customer on our Dodge Hornet. Had a tab open, why not to recommend the Dodge Hornet. So I guess apparently he was, I guess looking at some forum post, something like that or whatever. And then if you read this little section right here, just wait until he comes in tomorrow, expecting a test drive. And I gotta find a workaround why it'll be 2 to 3 weeks until the caliper bolts show up for them. And then apparently this is a group chat, so it's like there's multiple people that's talking. Then this other dealer, he's asking, hold up, they don't have any working brakes? The other guy going like, no, they are legit missing caliper bolts on all of them. So I'm pretty sure this is the same communication between these two right here, these 2 pages. They're really the same communication. But that's pretty daggone funny. They have every Hornet on their dealership. They cannot, send out for a test drive or sell because missing bolts. That's honestly quite embarrassing. Let's see. Did I have another one? Yeah, here goes another one. Here goes another person. They saying that they got their first Hornet today and they had 27 codes and needs a part. So it'll be very interesting that part that particular Hornet is missing is more bolts in the brakes. So I just want to say that I have not seen a single Dodge Hornet on the road driving anywhere. I have not seen a single one, and I travel a lot for work. Usually when I'm not making YouTube videos for a long period of time, I'm usually traveling all over the US because I do a lot of IT work. So I've seen a few on dealerships that stopped and I took a look around and looked in it. And like I said, just seeing it in person, I just don't like the Hornet. It just, I just don't like the Hornet. One thing is too ugly, and number 2, it's too expensive. I mean, $30,000 starting for a base Hornet, and you can't even get a sunroof in that car from me looking at Raddy's Ride, some other YouTubers who made videos about it. It seems like every YouTuber that loves to kiss Dodge praise the Hornet, but every time I go and talk to people about the Hornet, I always find trashy results about it, right? I mean, I even seen OC Motivator's video where his mama or his daughter didn't want the daggone thing. So, I mean, I don't see anybody driving them. I mean, has anybody seen a Hornet on the road driving anywhere? Because I know I sure haven't. But let's look at some alternatives to the Hornet. Now, if you go look at Ford's website, you can go see that you can go grab a Ford Escape starting at $28K. So you start at $2,000 less. And then the cheapest model you can get a hybrid in starts at $33,000. So $3 grand more than a base Hornet, and you can get into a hybrid. That's just Ford. Let's go over to Jeep. You can go get a Compass, start out $28,000. You can go get a Compass. It's gonna basically be about the same size. And you can go all the way up to like a Limited, while with the Hornet, you can only get a GT Plus. Let's go over to Mazda. You go look at Mazda. You can get really any size crossover SUV cheaper than you can a Hornet. You can get the CX-30, CX-5, CX-50. I mean, if you go right there to CX-90, you can have you a larger SUV for probably the starting price of a Hornet RT. We'll go and look at Toyota. If you go look at Toyota, you can get a Highlander starting at $36,000. You can get a BZ4X. I never knew that existed. That's $42,000. A Highlander hybrid that starts at $40,000. Let's see. You get the RAV4 that starts off at $28,000. You can get a RAV4 hybrid that's $31,000, so $1,000 more than the base GT, and you can already get into a hybrid. You can get the RAV4 Prime that's $43,000. That's probably gonna be the same price range as a Hornet RT. Let's see. You get the Corolla Cross. I guess that's just a tall Corolla. Let's see, that's $23,000. So you're already several $1,000s cheaper than a Hornet. Let's see, you can get a Corolla crossover hybrid at $27,000. So you can get you a Corolla hybrid right there at $28,000, a little cross hybrid vehicle right here. That's right there, still cheaper than a base Hornet. I mean, you can even go into a 4Runner for $40,000. And what is this, a 2023 Venza? I need to get up my Toyota models. I didn't know this existed either. A 2023 Venza with 40 miles per gallon gets $34,000. And if I go look at miles per gallon, let me go look at the Hornet. A GT Hornet get 21 city, 29 highway, 24 combined, and it has to use premium unleaded fuel. Premium unleaded fuel in the Hornet. Every vehicle on here has a better MPG, better than the Hornet, and they're all cheaper. I mean, other than the Highlander, other than the Highlanders and the Sequoia and the 4Runners. Every other vehicle you cannot go wrong with to get better MPG, better mileage, cheaper gas. I'm not gonna say cheaper gas. Let me go look at one. All right, here we go. You must only use unleaded gasoline in your vehicles. Select octane 87. So you can go grab you a RAV4 hybrid. It is literally only $1,000 more expensive than a Hornet. Gets better gas mileage and it has cheaper fuel. And the geniuses of Dodge thought it was such a great idea to come out with a Hornet. That's hilarious. There is a way better buy. I mean, you'll get double the MPG. The Hornet was what, 21 miles city with premium fuel, and the RAV4 hybrid is 41. So you get double the mileage, and the vehicle is only $1,000 more expensive. But I'm gonna rest my case there. If you found this video helpful, make sure you leave it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And until the next video, I'm out.